YouTube, it's Tracy from Entrepreneur Girl, and today we have our very first video introduction for our playlist for other eBayers and Amazoners. And I want to give a big shout out to Theresa for being the first one to send in a submission. So I hope you all follow her great example and send it to tracy@entrepreneurgirl.net. So thank you, Theresa. It was an awesome video. I'm really happy that you were brave enough to submit it and be the first one. So hopefully there will be lots to follow so that anyone that comes to the channel can check it out and see that, hey, this doesn't just work for me, this works for other people too. So thanks for being real and thanks for that submission. Bye.
Hey everybody, Thrifty Theresa here. I wanted to do a video to give you a little more background about me, who I am, how I got into all of this business, and just give you a little background. As you may have gathered, my name is Theresa. I live in Seattle. I was born and raised here. It's the greatest city on earth, even though it did rain for like 10 hours yesterday. It really doesn't rain all the time. That's just a rumor we put out there to keep out the riffraff. Shh, don't tell anybody my secret. Seattle's a wonderful place, and if you've ever visited here, you would know that. I live in one of the neighborhoods close to downtown called Capitol Hill. I work downtown. I do have a full-time job. I am not a full-time thrifter, reseller, whatever you want to call us, pickers or whatever. I do have a full-time job, and right now I've mostly just started the reselling stuff to help out my father, but I have been using eBay probably since the late 90s, you know, when it was made. I know over the course of my youth I have used it to sell stuff when I needed money, books, CDs, stuff like that, during times in which I was unemployed or whatnot. So I am used to selling, but I also used to do a lot of purchasing on eBay because I had a Etsy store a few years ago. I had a handmade Etsy store from 2007 to 2010. I made handmade rosaries and little beaded fiddly things and a lot of religious stuff. You can see I like religious things. That's my crosses on the wall. I got a bunch of Virgin Marys over here. It's just my jam, so that's what I do. So from 2007 to 2010, I was selling on Etsy. I took a hiatus from that. It was getting overwhelming. I was doing some pretty good business, but I didn't enjoy doing the handmade stuff so much. So I needed a break. I was doing a lot of craft fairs and I was doing a lot of custom orders, and I was really losing passion for the handmade stuff. Fast forward to late last year, 2014, or about the summertime, my father started selling a bunch of his stuff on eBay. My father is a collector. We've been going to thrift stores and antique malls and stuff like that my entire life. He has always collected goodies. He really loves collectible toys. I know all through my childhood he was buying items that were popular for kids in the 80s and 90s, and he was keeping those things in like collectible condition. One of the things that he loved to collect were Simpsons items because he was a big fan of the TV show. So he would buy Simpsons merchandise. People would give him gifts. I would buy him gifts of Simpsons merchandise for birthdays and Christmas and any holiday you can think of. He was always getting Simpsons stuff, and he kept all of that stuff in mint condition in the box. And he did that because when he was a child, all of his old toys and stuff like that got sold and scrapped and thrown away. And then, of course, as time went by, those things became vintage and valuable and worth something. And he really mourned the fact that it's like, I used to have that toy. So when I was a child, he's collecting toys for people of my age, and he kept all that stuff. So now all of that stuff is old and vintage and collectible, and in great condition, along with all the other things that he's thrifted over the years. He just really has an eye for things that are collectible. He loves especially things that are bright and bold and graphic, like toys. So he started selling these things on eBay last summer, and he was doing some pretty good business. He is retired. He's in his 70s. He just gets Social Security. So to supplement that, he's got his little eBay business. I wanted to help him with that. So I thought, well, I was thinking about reopening my Etsy store. Why don't I open a second Etsy store to sell vintage items, and then I would cross-sell some of his toys and stuff over onto Etsy. That was the original plan. Additionally, we were using my eBay account to sell some of his items, and I threw some of my own items in there as well. So all through November and December of 2014, we sold quite a lot of stuff, and it was fantastic. So that really got me excited to do this a little more than just a hobby, and a little more to help out Dad. I'm still helping him out. One of the things that I've started doing is sending things to Amazon FBA. He had an entire gigantic collection of VHS tapes that were new and sealed, and so we went through a whole bunch of those, sent them off to Amazon. Actually, just last week, I sent my first shipment, so we're still waiting for those to get put into inventory. So overall, that is the basic story of how I got here. I started making these videos because I was really inspired by all of the other resellers out there who were making videos. They've taught me so much about eBay, about picking, about Amazon, and hopefully I'm helping some people out when it comes to Etsy, because Etsy is one thing that a lot of YouTube vloggers don't really talk about. A lot of my sales are on Etsy, and I want to share that knowledge with everyone. So that's where I'm coming from. That's what I'm doing. I hope you like listening to me yammer, and if you do, please like and subscribe to my channel so you can see more. I do a weekly sales report every Friday. Sometimes that doesn't happen until Saturday, but I always do a weekly sales report, and then at the end of the month I'm doing a monthly report to let you know how things go. And each report is just getting bigger and better thanks to all of the knowledge that I am learning from everybody out there. So thanks very much for watching. I hope everybody is having a prosperous business and makes tons and tons of sales. Thanks. Bye.